Amanda, we didn't tell you, but we told everyone you were being spicy.
Oh, good.
Spicy.
I did
Spicy
get
Amanda.
a haircut from a queer trans barber named Liminal. So
Liminal?
their name was Liminal.
That's badass.
And I think that's just where I'm at.
Sure.
I think Liminal has brought me to the dimension of giving no fucks and
Yeah.
having others find out. And
Okay.
that's
Sure.
where I started my Thursday.
I'm into
Good.
it.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Was Liminal like half in the barbershop and half out?
They were
not.
standing in the doorway the whole
Jeez.
time.
I mean, they did say that their chair. I went like in the evening yesterday, so it was dark outside. But they said that during the daytime, the sun is sometimes so strong on their chair that they have to like turn their clients so that you don't face the mirror, you're facing away from the mirror because it's so bright. And I'm like, Liminal, are you a phase spirit? Like, what's
Liminal might
happening?
be. Liminal might be.
Yeah,
They picked that name for a reason.
If you're sitting in the chair, I gotta turn you so that the sun doesn't reflect off the gem, and then it opens up a portal.
There were a lot of crystals. Yeah, that's true.
It's a gem. They're setting up a gem.
The more I
Amanda,
think
if
about
you
it.
track the light and the gem and the light bounced from gem to gem, did it spell out a word, and was that word destiny?
I have to go in the daytime next time and report back.
Listen,
know you
Amanda
don't.
doesn't have time for these side quests. She just doesn't, okay?
Yeah.
She's
All
main
these
questing
side
her
quests.
life.
Just
I
these.
always have time for this side quest.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Eric, have you looked up the what codes, I guess you call them, that Julia sent you?
I was just thinking about this, but then I got distracted by this patch of a strawberry.
Oh boy.
I
That's
love
good.
that.
That's
Isn't it
cute.
good?
I love him.
I know. I'm trying to see the magic recommendations based off of. Yeah, look at all these patches and
Ooh,
stuff.
that one's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, this one's space. That
Ooh,
one's
I like
random.
the space one.
These are cool.
I know. I'm trying to see where they come from.
It looks like a I know that was a sun, but it looked like a ring, and I just thought, what if I'm engaged to Saturn?
What if?
What? Yeah.
What? Yeah.
What's he up?
Spicy
know.
Amanda
I'm
getting
trying to
married to Saturn.
Okay, yeah.
Classic spicy Amanda. Always getting married to Saturn.
Okay, so we rent out the. Can I talk about this?
Yeah.
We rent out the Multitude Studio.
You know
It's
who doesn't
available-
watch our stream? These
Those
fucking
people, yeah.
assholes. Yeah.
We rent out the Multitude Studio to people who need it in New York City. And we have a lovely webpage that Brandon did the copywriting for, and Eric and I co-opted our engagement photo shoot to get nice photos taken at the studio.
It was pretty funny.
It's
Just
great.
for the record, Amanda copywrote it. First of all, don't give me credit for that.
Well, there's a very impressive list of all the materials we have, and so it answers every question you could possibly have as a special form about like what you need, when you want to rent it, certifying you're vaccinated, all this good stuff. Great. Instead, I get an email through our general contact form, which goes not to the person who rents the studio, Brandon, but to me, saying, "Hi, we need the studio, on this date at this time. We need high def video. Can you do that? And call me with the answer." And I'm like, I'm not calling anybody.
The email is so
I'm
bad.
not calling anybody.
It's
So I
also
reply
funny
to
to me because the only people that do that, who email you and answer a question and then say, call me back with the answer, are like people who are like 40 and older, like 50 and older. Like
50 and older, yeah.
I know this to be a young woman. And so it's the other version of that, which is I am a jerk and need you to do it immediately. Also, this was for like 2 weeks from now. It's not for like tomorrow, in which case I'd understand a little more. No. And so I write back and say, yeah, we have a 1080p webcam and the studio, like it says on our website. And we can definitely like record the video of the interview if you're using like Skype, or Zoom. We can record the meeting if you're using one of these other services that like connects the video. Great, all set. Instead, I get an email back saying, "Oh, doesn't sound like what we need. Bye." And I write back and I say, "Hi, Maureen. What specifically do you need? Because I think I just described high def video. Like, here is again our studio webpage with all of the equipment we own. Like, what possibly could you need that we don't have?" And so then she writes back immediately, like, "Oh, we need a multicam, like local video recording capability." And so
Why?
I didn't have a chance to A, that's not podcasting, baby. B, I didn't have a chance to reply yet before coming in. But C, I'm gonna reply and be like, "Oh yeah. Sounds like a video studio. That's not what we do."
That's gonna be tight as hell.
I'm gonna
so
say
excited
like,
about it.
"You may have better luck looking for video studios because I have never in my life found a podcast studio with a multicam webcam. Like, come on.
Or
Well, Amanda,
or
as
just
you know,
audio studio in general, like not even just
Yeah.
podcasting.
I
Amanda,
know.
as you know, podcasts only exist on YouTube. So
If you don't
like,
pivot to video,
That's true.
I can't help you. But even video podcasts, they're stationary.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Good God.
Yeah, you need the
Um,
multicam so you can cut between the two.
And so I finished the email with oh, and you know, in the future, this is the studio contact form that goes right to the studio booking person. It ain't my personal email address, lady. Ooh, is this the angry phone?
Yeah,
Carl's Mac in the
Oh,
chat
he's
said,
pissed.
"Sounds like what they need is an attitude adjustment."
nice.
Too true, Carl.
Carl, you can't be funnier than us. We talked about this.
Carl's is edge and turn a yellow card. By which we mean one to watch.
Eric, this is fucking art.
Yeah.
poetic.
I'm in-
really.
This is what just happened to me.
Yeah, there's also something about like this company is also like likes to purport themselves as being like super indie and supportive, but really they're like incredibly
They're like a freelance farm.
they take
Yeah.
advantage of people all the time.
Mm.
So
like-
it's like
yeah.
they're like so true, bestie. I love what you're doing here in the independent space, but then at the same time, it's like no, I actually don't want to help you or do anything for you at all. I just want to posture instead. Fucking ridiculous. It's like just move to LA and stay there. Am I right, ladies?
I don't know
This
how much
is-
I should say.
This is very insider baseball. So why don't we do some tabletop
questing?
RPG
Fair.
questing stuff
Fair.
for our friends here?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, listen. Do people? I mean, people get worse shit at their own jobs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know.
sure.
I
Yeah.
like this is so like someone who's rude and annoying is so basic. If
No, I mean-
if terrible things are happening at your job,
Yeah.
I will make a Canva of them with an angry phone.
Oh yeah, here's a good idea. Maybe in the chat, let us know what like wild work stories you have, and maybe we can make a
Yes.
side quest out of them.
Can I tell you, Brandon? My favorite thing are wild work stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
great
I
idea.
love wild work stories because, like, you know, personal stories too sad, too wild, too insane. Like, oh yeah, it turns out my grandma was my mom. Shit,
Ah.
and I'm like, oh no, shit. But like, you know, there's only a line somewhere with work, and sometimes if they cross that line enough, that person goes to jail, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. So like there's such a line with work stories. Good, incredible work stories are truly my gossip.
I have one we can start with if we want to do a theme
Yeah.
to side quest. If you
I
wanna...
also have one if you'd like.
Oh
so.
yeah. Oh good.
Oh, is
I
this the
also-
one that we know?
This is a Jake one, so it's not my story,
Oh.
but it's my favorite
yeah.
Jake work story.
Just real quick, because this is recorded and live on the internet. Eric doesn't mean jail is good. Eric means that having responsibility. for your
No. I
actions is
meant the
good.
ball. If the guy who does the thing good. Yeah, I fucking love jail. I always intentionally, and whenever I play Monopoly, I'm like, where the shit is that? I want to go into it. No, I mean,
I
when the
love
boss-
prison.
I love prison. No, it's when the boss goes to jail. If you like, that's the end point. It's not like trauma.
Yeah.
You know, a job.
Yeah.
That's the job.
Yeah.
No, we should totally do that. No, I wasn't sure because I've heard a bunch of Brandon and Amanda's and Julia's stories, so I wasn't sure what we were going to.
Oh, we
we're
got
going
a
to
fresh
uncover.
Jake lead. Can we first let people know though what we're doing here today?
Oh yeah, of course. What are we doing?
It's Join the Party side quest, friends. We're here. We're half of us are queer. Get used to it.
Yeah.
You know,
50% of us exactly.
Dating queer ladies, yeah.
yeah. The other ones are very queer. ladies,
You'll have to
that's
guess which ones.
I think it's a little obvious.
Yeah.
it. Oh God. Can I share something that just really quickly from something we talked about right
Go for
before? We were talking about how Julia's favorite bartender is leaving.
Yeah,
And,
my favorite bartender's leaving. He's moving to Miami. I'm very
so
sad
sorry.
about it.
I'm
That's
so
true.
sorry.
And through a series of unfortunate events, we originally came across the fact that Julia and Jake should just start a throuple with this man. And then Julia said, I'm not attracted to him like that. He's not my type. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Your type, regardless of man or woman, needs to be like an extra in an HBO show. But if it's a man, they're on The Sopranos. But if it's a woman, they can just be in like some sort of Mad Max situation.
Hmm.
I was gonna say your type is like the most competent, just well-rounded, perfect individual that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
Or a
Okay.
half orc who can step on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got a Gossip Girl.
It's
yeah.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Amanda
Yeah,
got it right.
Yeah, you can be a guy. Yeah, she's a gossip. She's a Gossip Girl.
Amanda, would you characterize Jake as an orc that could step on Julia?
No, we're
or-
talking specifically about women, Brandon. I'm talking
Yeah.
about a half orc woman who could step on me.
I was
That's my
saying both
type.
genders.
There's Jakes, there's space explorers of all genders, and
Yeah.
then there's half orc women who can step on you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that hard.
Yeah,
Zach asked if it was the one that came up with that rad hot
Yes,
chocolate
it
cocktail.
is.
And yes,
It
yes,
is.
it is.
yeah. I thought that was funny.
All right,
I'm gonna
let's
miss that guy.
revisit our possum friend.
Right, it's side quest. Yes, it's side quest. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be Oops All Work edition.
Yay.
If you remember, I looked it up. I really want to make this work.
Jeez. Why are we like this?
Yeah.
Use
I
this
feel
for your
like
next
every
holiday
time-
party.
Think
Yeah.
Every
funny.
time we do side quests, I'm just like, why are we like this? Who allowed this to happen?
Incredible. Oh yeah,
But I love him.
I love him.
He's my best friend.
that's the pipe from the painting, right?
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna post this and say this is my creative achievement. I'll do this right after this.
Great.
It's been a wild day today already, so I'm just like I need
Yeah.
to get some of this energy out
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
stream.
Mhm.
Yeah, folks, it's side quests. We're gonna make up plots, plot hooks, and small adventures, NPCs, and items. Your suggestions are gonna be work stuff for this one. Whatever you want to see, we're gonna put this together in Canva. Well, y'all lead and hey, give us your Prime Gaming sub.
Do it.
Don't let Jeff Bezos do it. Julia,
Yeah.
this is not an actor, real Julia. You did this. Was it hard?
No.
Was it
It's
easy?
It's right next to the right next to the little purple button on your screen there. It says Prime Gaming Sub, manage your sub, and then you just click a button. If you're not like signed into your Amazon account, you quickly sign into that, and then you're good to go. And you just have to re-up it every month.
You
I don't know
gotta
if
do it
y'all-
every month.
I don't know if y'all saw this yesterday, but they just emailed everyone, Amazon did, and said, hey, you know the charity thing called Amazon Smile that we've been doing since
Right.
2013? Hey, fuck that. We don't want to do it anymore. So
No!
extra fuck Amazon. Give
Yep.
us their
Wow.
money, please.
Yep.
We are a charity now.
Money,
Yeah.
please.
Money, please.
I'm
Jeff
like
Bezos, money, please.
I'm like extra keyed up about work bullshit because Amanda and I just recorded the party planning that's coming out tomorrow,
Mhm.
which is like a full recount of what's been happening with the open gaming license with D&D, but also like Hasbro, why Hasbro is a bad company and like because like the profit machinations of that. So I'm like extra fucking keyed up. I'm extra keyed up about bad jobs right now.
Well, Eric, what if I told you that Artie Miss Boren just gave you a Prime Gaming sub?
Let's go.
Hey,
Bop,
there we
bop,
go.
bop, bop, bop.
Thank
That's all we
you.
needed.
Thank you.
Is
Artie.
Boren.
Artemis
dude.
is born.
Why couldn't they see Artemis, Julia?
Well, it's not spelled the traditional way, but yeah, I feel you.
I just want to finish this off really quickly. I
Oh,
feel like it's
yeah,
in.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
it's in an
yeah.
open concept.
Good.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
a
That
pretty
feels
office,
better.
though, I'm not gonna lie.
Does
I like that
does
plant in the
desk,
corner.
Does that desk have like a base where the drawer should be?
Where? Oh yeah.
Like,
Is that
yeah,
like a
little speaker or
speaker?
something.
Oh, I
I
like
can
that.
I can get sound blasted in my tum.
directed directly past me.
Yeah. Exactly. It's where my ears aren't.
I love it when
At my
my.
kidneys.
I love it when my tum is sound blasted.
Amanda,
All
that's
right,
how
if I'm gonna
they
work-
break up kidney stones.
Yeah,
Sounds actually how they do
you
that.
You know, it's fair.
Instead of giving you better health insurance, we're just gonna blast your kidneys with,
Heck
with,
yeah, man.
sound, with sound.
That's what they do. That's how they do it.
No, I know.
You sure? No wait, he's more of a business.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
more of a
it's perfect.
business
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, there
Boss
we go.
ass business bitch.
Also,
Yeah.
that's Long Island City, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, no, that's my old office right there.
I was like, I know that building.
This is my old office building. I used to work on that floor. Wait, that's
That's-
43210. Okay, I was like 3 floors below that.
Okay, so where do we hold on? We gotta get Amanda.
Oh
Aw.
man.
Can I share while you're looking for that? Can I share a sweet chat message
Yeah.
from Artemis Boren? They say, "LOL, thank you for making my very, very boring job at FedEx bearable with all the podcasts you make.
Oh
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you for delivering great packages and being good at your job."
Yeah, Artemis, may
Yay.
I say, whenever I get a shipping notification email and it's FedEx, I go, oh, thank God.
Yeah, same.
It's the best option.
Amanda, I'm looking for. Oh, here you are. There she is.
Oh yeah, thank you. That's me. I go with the
Oh, you're
short-haired
so
one on iOS, but
tiny.
that's me.
There she is.
That's where
Where
I
you-
learned all
oh.
about finances.
Eric, you're too far on that side. It's covered up by our video. Move it to the other side.
Okay. Here, she can go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can you see that building though with the like teal glass at the top?
I think
Oh,
so.
there
on
we
the
go.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That was my
now.
old office.
There.
There you go.
So Amanda is now she's a business bitch. She's a penthouse office.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
here we're moving forward. Here's the thing about podcasts that are great. You can just do them at work. If
Yeah.
you Twitch stream, if you do watch a Twitch stream at work, which you might be doing, and I'm proud of you.
Proud of
I'm
you.
glad that no one's looking over your shoulder, but like you can't be policed on podcasts. You don't know
Yeah.
what's going on in my phone and in my ear.
Listen, when I had long hair, I could have an AirPod under there at any time.
That's a good point.
Like who knows what's in Julia's ear on the hair side? It's secrets.
Just on the hair
It's
side.
the other side of my
Yeah, okay, good point, Julia. Good
Fair,
point.
fair,
yeah.
fair.
I wanted to give you an air of mystique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a brand new car. I don't know.
It could be anything. It could even
could
be
be
a boat.
anything.
Fucking goat behind door number 1.
Yeah.
What's Jake's work story? I want to hear it.
Oh, yes,
me
I
too,
need to
me
hear
too.
it.
So for
Right.
context for people who don't know about Jake, which is a very funny thing to say, he
Jake
is
Macaroni.
yes,
Jake
big
Macaroni.
Jake Ziti as the
Jake
chat likes
Ziti.
to
Oh,
call
thank
him.
you.
Oh,
thank you.
right.
Julia, I'm so sorry. I got that wrong.
So my husband, Jake Ziti, he is a building inspector. He is a building inspector for the town that basically his dad grew up in that town. His grandparents had a house in that town. He used to go visit while they were still alive, all the time. And so Jake also, as a building inspector, has to deal with a lot of people who are trying to do permits and trying to do. Eric, this is great. Foley, or great work. I'm really loving it.
I love this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this what the guy? You know when people at weddings they get a guy to draw the party?
Yeah.
You just let it happen around you. This is
Yes.
great.
Let it flow, man.
Yeah.
And so Jake has to basically deal with architects and contractors and stuff like that who come to a desk and really just yell at him for 2 hours out of every day. So
From my
not
understanding, it's how dare you tell me I need to do things before I make up a roof?
yes.
I want to do this illegally.
And Jake is like, I'm sorry, ma'am, there needs to be fire exits. And she's like, why?
Yeah, basically that's it. And they're like, show me. And he's like, well, according
Okay.
to the code right
Get
here.
into this building. I'll light it on fire. I'll show
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And so someone came in and was like, hi, I need to get a variance permit because blah, it was basically blah blah blah. When my clients bought this house, they had this it already had this upstairs bathroom that you're telling me is isn't on the plans, but it totally is. It should be on the plans, so can we fix this? And Jake looks at the plans and he looks at the address and he's like, sir, yeah, no, this building absolutely did not have a bathroom before your clients bought it. And the guy's like, no, it did. I have a written affidavit from my client saying that the bathroom existed before they bought the house. And Jake's like, sir, that's my grandparents' house. I spent every Sunday there until I was 14.
Oh my
And then
God.
they sold it to your clients. And the guy was like, okay, so what forms do I have to fill out? And Jake's like, great, there you go.
So the clients
incredible.
illegally built a bathroom and then later tried to be like, it was always there. And I don't know why our toilet says 2020,
Wow.
but okay.
Exactly.
That's
Which
incredible.
I just think it's hilarious because this guy genuinely thought he was gonna get away with it, and then Jake was like, "Sir, I have 14 years of experience living in basically living in that house. You don't know shit."
Sir, my crayon drawings are inside the closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
And
I
he turned around
suggest-
so quick on it too, which is so he's like, "Never mind, we're gonna move forward. I see I'm wrong here, and I can't get around it."
May I suggest, based on this, that we do something like maybe you either are an explorer or someone who lives in the walls, and you're going through this house that looks normal on the inside, but has a bunch of secret rooms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Maybe we do that. Maybe is that fun to do a side quest? Maybe there's a tomato involved.
Yeah. I do like the idea of just hidden rooms in your grandparents' house, kind of a la The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Could be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Here's what it is, Julia.
Okay.
Your grandparents unfortunately have recently passed away, but it's
Mhm.
okay because they left you the house in the will. But
Helpful.
this is not the house that you went to every Sunday in your childhood. This is
Oh.
like the mansion that's on top of a cliff in Transylvania kind of thing.
Oh shit!
Mm.
That you didn't know they owned.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good.
I love
Back
this.
from when they lived in the old country, Brandon.
Yes.
I think it's really funny. I think I think it's the same. It must be
You
like
lost
the
your hat, honey.
oh no, I lost his hat.
Oh,
Oh
just have
no,
to
get his
include
hat back.
I know.
I've
that-
never loved anything more than this top pasta and my husband.
I need a. This is demonstrating little Jake is having an experience.
Yeah.
Now here, I did put the hat over here. I
No,
didn't
it's
go
okay,
to
it's
hat
okay, it's
putting
okay.
on college,
Yeah.
so this
Okay.
is the best I can do.
That bottom
Jesus.
pasta is all unique. So
No, I really like the idea of like when you finally see the plot, you see like you're given the a floor plan, and
Mhm.
you got to like talk about the secrets that are in the floor plan.
Mhm.
I think that's very, very cool. As a game, honestly, you could just like generate a floor
Yeah.
plan
I was
and then
gonna
just
say
like build that out.
Yeah, you see like mechanics of something like the House on Haunted Hill, right?
Yes.
Um,
Or betrayal.
A betrayal in the
Betrayal,
House
yeah.
on the Hill. Sorry.
Yes.
well,
like
there's a
really
there's a
like that.
D&D one shot. I don't know if it's official or not, but yeah, it's called like Haunted Hill or whatever.
Yeah.
But Amanda, I couldn't tell if you were describing the physical orientation of this pasta or describing their sexual proclivities.
just its vibe, Brandon. Just its
Yeah.
vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this pasta is unique and therefore makes sense that he would wear his hat on his left shoulder.
This could be a really fun one pager now that I'm thinking about it. Like you roll a d6 and you get like certain types of rooms or
Well,
like
let's make up some
there's-
rooms.
There's rooms and then there's a table of rooms and there's a table of like curses or weird things happening in those rooms.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
that could be
god,
really
can
fun.
I so Cinema Hopper in the chat had a weird thing happen based on this. Can I read?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cinema Hopper says, "Oh, when my sister was remodeling her old basement, my BIL, well, I don't know what
Brother-in-law.
BIL is, brother-in-law,
Brother-in-law.
found a bunch of old drawings on the wall under the stairs. It included
Yeah.
a bunch of names, which also included my niece and nephew's name, as well as my sister's name. I remind you, this was a space walled off and couldn't be accessed." The fuck?
That's weird.
Sounds like that needs to be an email to spirits because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shit is an urban legend right there.
That's cursed. The house is haunted and it wants to eat your sister and kids.
Yeah.
Eric, are you making the side quest or are you still illustrating Jake's experience?
No,
this
I think
is
it's
the side quest now.
I think it's
Okay,
both.
yeah.
It's both. It's both. Because like we are starting with Jake. This is where Jake had memories,
Yes.
right? And like maybe I shouldn't be a canon. It's like, oh yeah, that's where my grandparents kept the swords. but
Famously.
then like you can add these. Like I think it might be really interesting, and you could actually do this. Now I'm thinking about doing this as like an actual one shot of like like using a real like I don't know, there are floor plans everywhere and being like, hey, what are all the tragedies that happen in each of these rooms?
Why do they have to be tragedies?
Or like adding a secret room or
Because
adding
it's a horror
secret
game
room
now,
into all this
Brandon.
stuff,
Oh,
yeah.
so here's something. So my my great grandma lived right near us growing up, and her house was like one level, and then like right when you walked in the front door, you know how in most houses the stairs are like right in front of you. For her, it was like half a set of stairs up to the attic, and the
Mm.
attic
Oh,
was like
yeah.
not like insulated really,
It's very
and so.
spooky.
They used it as like I mean it was like glass doors. It like was like pretty and stuff. But
Still
her-
spooky, Julia.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, still
But
spooky.
her husband had been an architect, and his drafting table was up there. And ask me how many times a year I ask my family where that drafting table is. A lot. No one knows.
I'm
But
sorry.
I would always like fantasize about that drafting table and blueprints, which I thought were so fun as a kid. I think
Yeah.
it's closest to spreadsheets. Someone let me access until I was about 10. But imagine how cool it would be if like at the heart of the home or in like the middle of, you know, the end point of this dungeon crawl, you found like the set of master blueprints that you could then augment to
Mhm.
add rooms, move rooms, remove
Oh.
rooms.
I
love
that.
Yeah.
That is such a cool idea.
I like
it'd
that
be
a
fun.
lot.
I also like the idea, based off that, if you just went into that's someone needs to make that basis for a one shot. That's perfect.
Heck yeah.
But if you just went into a room where, like, you just went through 7 rooms where there was like monsters and dragons and shit, and then you just go into a room and it's just a drafting table, and like everything
scary.
you don't know what it is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, like, you draw something and it suddenly comes to life. So everything you draw on the drafting table comes to life.
Yeah.
Incredibly underrated thing to do for a one shot or for any session is just go into a goddamn building and just make it have tons of rooms. I think it's honestly incredibly underrated, and people are like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna make a town and I'm gonna make an entire like country for this. Is like, nah, man, just do a really tight building where you know where all the stuff goes.
One of my very favorite sequences in Campaign 2 was the OGL. Or no, that's not right.
I was about to say, do we name it the OGL?
The OTL.
Oh, yeah.
OTF, the Office of Technology Enforcement, right?
Yes.
Anyway, going into that building and exploring the floors was one of my absolute favorite parts of the campaign.
I love that. It's so underrated just to do a campaign in a really big building.
OTA,
and
Office of Technology
Assessment.
Yeah.
We got there.
We got there eventually.
I can't
Sorry,
remember
those are
OTC.
things that we made.
That was a Camp-Paign ago.
Look, guys, it's Salmon Stairs.
Whee!
Salmon Stairs! I took Amanda and Eric to the Salmon Ladder when they were here in Seattle like 2 weeks ago. But,
it is a little set of stairs underwater where the salmons can go up the lock.
Yeah, and there were some kids who did not find it as nearly as interesting as we did.
Wait, really?
Yeah, those kids. You remember those kids who were running around and were not happy?
It was
no,
almost
I don't.
nap
Maybe I
time.
just block out kids when I see
Yes.
that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
There were like 3 parents / caregivers and 2 or 3 toddlers in like the bottom of the fish ladder viewing room.
That's
Highly
awesome.
recommend a fish ladder.
So what kind of rooms? What other kind of rooms are we making?
This is the secret Salmon Stairs. It's a king salmon, and it's his stairs, and it goes to the roof, which has a lake on the roof, a pool.
Is it like a magical koi pond situation kind of thing?
I think so.
That's good.
I think so.
I wonder if there is a root cellar where all the potatoes have eyes and watch what you do.
Yeah, no, that's true, Amanda.
I hate that, Amanda.
What if it's like it's a root cellar where like everything is like pickled and preserved and like potatoes and stuff that that like culinary experiments, but like the same way you would walk into like a mad scientist room experiments.
Yeah.
It's all food.
Sure.
Brandon, why would you nag my fridge like that on Maine?
Oh, here we go.
Damn.
Brandon,
Amanda, have you? Sorry, go ahead.
If you had liquor down there, you would say that those experiments have gone awry.
But
Eric, I will turn this stream around.
Brandon has the power to end it. You got to be careful.
That's a good point.
That's
That's a
true.
good point. That's a good point.
Amanda,
Sorry that I
have you
didn't say
seen-
anything.
Have you seen the Noma news that Noma's closing, but they're starting
yeah.
their own? Did you see the website they started? You can
No.
buy their
3.0.
you can buy their tinctures basically.
Ooh.
Oh,
Like
I
that's
probably
what
have
it
spent a
is.
lot of
Stuff.
money on that.
as
Mhm.
NFTs?
Man,
As-
if you think about
yeah,
it,
it's NFTs.
if you think about it, mother vinegars and sourdough starters are basically NFTs.
That's I haven't thought
Yes.
about it,
I've-
and now that I'm thinking about it, I still don't get it.
Eric, if you could just do me a favor in between this excellent eyeball.
Yeah, I
work.
got to put all the eyes on each individual
Yeah.
pickled egg.
Multitude senior editor Misha Stanton's spouse Erin sends me excellent Instagram reels, and one recently I do just want to make sure that we Google together. If you could
Sure.
open up a Google image tab,
Yeah.
and look for pickle castor, CASTOR.
Oh no.
I did
So
see this
these
as
are
well.
fancy
What?
Victorian jars that people used to keep pickles in.
Whoa!
And they come with their own little forks, and
Cool.
they're incredibly beautiful, and
Oh my
I
God.
wish to collect them immediately.
They're
Oh,
very
they're
Yeah.
so
pretty.
pretty.
This is tight as hell.
I love
Yes.
them.
Yes.
All
I
right,
want to be inside of one.
I've seen a couple like ceramic pickle jars. Like it's common. I think maybe I was in like the Netherlands. But there are some countries with like ceramic, like
Mhm.
pickle jars that you keep on tables and things. But these are so pretty.
They
Yeah, I've seen
are
like pickle
kind of
crocs and
obsessed.
stuff.
Pickle crock, that's the right word. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sure does look like a an experiment is inside of it.
Yeah.
Crabs out, pickle casters in.
I also just want to share from chat that Artemis Boren says that they're pickling serrano peppers and several quarts and are making several quarts of experimental ice creams. I would like to go to your house,
Ooh.
please.
Please and
Yes,
thank
me
you.
too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Me too.
I'm gonna pop this reel that I was inspired by in Slack. If Brandon, you want to share it with the chat.
Oh, sure.
Etsy has a whole thing on pickle casters, Amanda, just saying.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Julia, I
Uh-oh.
told you not to say that publicly. Now I'll look like a jerk when I tell Amanda, shh.
Pickle caster.
Nay.
When I have to shush her like a horse.
Listen, we collect two things, and it's 90s vintage video game ware and copper cookware.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know, Eric, that you have a leg to stand on with this plant nonsense.
Brandon,
No,
there
no,
are
Brandon.
so. Do you know what takes up more space? Brandon, what takes up more space? My N64 or 50 plants?
Yeah, there are far more plants than video game memorabilia in our home, but we've struck a good balance.
Amanda, I was trying to help you. Come on.
No, I know, but listen, the narrative can easily be Eric Ba humbugging my plant, when in fact I have to duck and weave in my own apartment from the number of plants I myself have put
Exactly.
in there.
It's not about.
That's the reality of the situation.
It's not like I'm being a jerk about this. It's that
No.
Amanda goes, "This is fine. I'm going to use the toaster."
Yeah, I'm like, "Hi, I have to
Wait, the
turn
air
off light."
fryer. Hold on, the air fryer's up here, and then I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
You get a little piece of vine accidentally in the
you
toaster.
Truly.
That's what I would do if I were left to my own devices. But that's not proper for me or the plants.
Hey, folks! It's your friend, Eric, your extroverted friend, Eric. Don't live like that. Don't do it.
I actually did find out recently that a local plant store in Greenpoint is doing a plant exchange, so you can like bring plants that you no longer have room for or aren't thriving in your home in exchange for store credit, which I think is fabulous. So I'm going to be doing that the next time I have a Thursday free in the morning, because there are
cool.
some that they don't take well, or you want to like change it up, and you can give them to a new home.
What do they do?
That's
Like,
nice.
is that just like a nice community thing? Like, how do they make money on that? I don't
They
understand.
resell the plants that you donate and give you a percentage of the value in store credit.
It's like consignment, but for
It is like
plants.
consignment. Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, but I can also buy like a nice watering can or like a pot. Like I don't have to spend the store credit on more plants.
Agnes Frogs in chat, going back to the
Don't
side
have
quest,
to, but
says my dad's side's grandparents owned an old farm, and as a child, I was always flabbergasted when I found a new room. Aggie, I do need to tell you. I need you to tell us some of these cool rooms you found at this old farm.
Hell yeah.
There's just a
Gotta
cow in the bathroom.
Yay.
Aggie, that's for you. A cow has wandered into the bathroom.
yay, good for
For
him.
sure. Does anyone have anything else they want to put in this place? I have a secret room down here.
Well, now I want to just put a room full of barn owls.
Well, your wish is my command, Brandon.
I was looking through sound effects the other day, and I was looking for like a normal ass owl, and I looked and I saw barn owl screeching, and I was like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And it's the worst sound you've ever heard in your entire life.
I believe that.
Nothing is funnier to me than it's just like it's a room and you walk in and it's a barn owl in a tree.
And you're like, hi,
Oh,
Hey!
hello.
Hi, bud.
It's like, how did I get outside?
you're one of my favorite types of birds, barn owl.
He's like,
Oh,
"All
I
right,
thought you
come
were
on
the
in."
barn owl, Julia.
Oh, I'm also.
Yeah.
I do think one of my favorite tropes is like attic filled with old timey clothes. And I
Ooh.
do wonder if we can have like a clothes trunk or, an
Yeah.
old timey dress in a room.
Sorry, I have to
Haunted
make Julia a
truck.
barn. I have to make Julia a barn
Right,
owl.
that's
Hold
fine.
on.
As you do that, haunted trunk that holds ghosts inside, like the one
Yeah.
that I found in
Ooh.
my house.
That's good.
Maybe there's
Yes,
two
that's true.
trunks in this room.
Mm.
One is full of like closed-based boons, and the other one is full of just ghosts.
I
Gotta
miss
take
my abs
take a
every time
chance.
we look at this photo. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time.
I was gonna tell Eric to not miss the abs, and then I felt that'd be weird to
Yeah.
say.
I couldn't put the. I'm sorry, I can't
Brandon,
put the.
thank
abs in.
you. As your coworker, thank you, Brandon.
All right. So imagine you walk in and you walk into a room that's underground and you're outside. You're 20 feet up. You are looking into a tree and a barn owl with a Julia face is looking at you.
Incredible. You're essentially La Llorona, Julia.
Jeez.
Good.
Carl's Max suggests a room full of mirrors.
Oh,
Classic.
sure.
Oh, classic. I love that. Like a vintage hand mirror. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you? All right, so one time, not one time, well, actually, kind of one time. So my brother-in-law
Oh.
was dating this girl who lived in like Whitestone area. So for people not of New York, this is like the suburbs in Queens. A lot of big houses, a lot of terracotta style houses, etc.
Sure.
Her
Let's
family.
just go ahead and say it. A lot of mob bosses had their city homes in there. They did. They did.
Was
So you can
gonna
have a
say
boat. Yeah.
was gonna say off the boat Italians. This family.
Are they off the boat because they're stepping off of the boat they got with crime money?
Yes.
Eric, I will
Ah.
turn this fucking boat around.
That wasn't even a pun. Come on.
So we were like there for a party or something like that, and I remember like halfway through the party being like, "Hey, where's the bathroom?" They're like, "Oh, point me inside." It's very gaudy inside. I step into the bathroom. It's bigger than the room that I'm currently in right now, my
Jesus.
office, and on one side is just a like floor to ceiling full wall mirror. So I sit down on the toilet and I look to my left. I'm just like watching myself pee the entire
why?
time. I'm like, this is
I would
bad.
be physically unable.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I know. It was bad.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah. And I was like, who decided this? So every
You
time
always-
someone's like Hall of Mirrors, I'm like, that was Hall of Mirrors are scary. This is worse.
Juliet,
You
you actually
always need
showed
to
me a
aim your
picture of that
mirrors.
bathroom.
I
Yeah.
did. I sent you a photo of that because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm drunk. Look at this.
You always
Yeah,
gotta
no, I
aim the
like this.
mirrors away from the shower and toilet in the bathroom.
Oh,
That's it.
Brandon, this was a half bath. There was no shower in there. And it
Half
was
full
still
mirror.
bigger than my office was.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, gosh.
All right. What if you were looking in the mirror and you were peeing, and then Julia, as a barn owl, was in the mirror?
And there I am.
I'd be
And there
scared,
it
but
is.
I'd feel pretty blessed.
Yeah.
I
What
have
would
to
that be
say.
like, Julia? Oh, so good.
Hold on, I have to flip Julia because
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
mirror.
good,
Hold
good,
on.
good,
Okay,
good.
there you go.
Oh, thank you for being accurate.
I listen. If I'm not nothing, if not incredibly accurate on this thing.
I do want to say, Eric, I did not say this earlier because I was having a fun time, but the memo that says blah 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 is excellent work.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I also included it as an addendum, proper number of rooms.
Good. Good.
I like it.
God, I still cannot believe the fucking gall of people to try to like continue to grift. And Jake's like, no, I had good memories there. So
No,
funny.
I am intimately familiar with that house.
I
The
fucked
kind of
that house.
bathroom-
That bathroom existed, I would have used it.
Yeah.
No, I dated that house. My ex-girlfriend from college.
That's where my parents got engaged. I think I know a little something about it.
Yo, that house is my second cousin.
Hang on, Julia, your in-laws got engaged in their parents' house?
Yeah, at Christmas. Wayne proposed to my mother-in-law Tony and just said, "Hey, you want to get married?" And then showed her a ring, and then they went back downstairs, and everyone was like, "We're engaged." And then they got married
Alright.
6 months later when they were 21.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh.
Wowie.
Are they still
That's only
together?
like the fifth wildest.
Well,
thing I
my
know about
father-in-law
Jake's
passed
dad.
away, Brandon, but they were until that moment. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Julia, that's like the fifth wildest thing I know about Jake's dad.
That's yeah.
God, incredible.
We have in the chat going back to a good room idea. I think
Yes,
just people
please.
talking about wild animal cries, a la the
Uh-huh.
owl.
Mm.
I think it might be fun to like if you walk into a room, and it's like one of those like invisible wires or invisible lasers or like invisible floor thing, but if you get the step wrong, you just get like a different horrible animal cry shot at you through a speaker.
Sure.
So like fox, like have you ever heard
That's
a
good.
cat in heat? It sounds like a dying baby.
Yep.
Or like an elk bugle,
Yep.
just like weird
Right.
demonic sound.
It's good.
Brandon,
Mhm.
hey chat, great response. I don't know how to render that.
Mm.
It's
Like a laser grid, and then
Yeah.
like speakers with animal
Yeah.
heads
Okay,
on them.
okay.
Well, you can copy the fish stairs and like flip them and make them like opposite colors.
No, I really like Julia's laser grid. That was actually.
I feel like we shouldn't like minimize this one. Let's put it on a separate slide and like really dive deep into it.
It's true.
All right, here's the laser grid.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
no, Julia, I
Okay,
wasn't sure if you
well-
were joking, but imagine,
Yeah.
once again, you open up a door, you open up a door to the basement, and it's just this.
It's like Squid Game, but instead of dying, you just have a horrible sound shot at
No.
you. You know.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is really good. And as Eric builds out the image, I want to propose like another use of this room.
Okay.
Which is my bad work story. I have so many. But the one that came to mind for me is I worked briefly at NYU's business school, in between working in finance and starting Multitude, where part of my job was helping put on events.
Oh my
was
god,
like
the story.
An office of the business school that was in charge of helping student entrepreneurs. So if you were like in school and wanted to start a business, or you're an alumni of NYU and like have a business, they have free services about like getting funding and like talking to a lawyer and like learning how to pitch your company, all kinds of stuff. And one of the events that I put on, they were just like, oh yeah, so some friend of a professor at the business school.
I'm sorry, I put pregnant cat, and I didn't know
Sure,
what to
sure.
do, so I chose this photo of a woman with a cat.
All right,
Do whatever you
sure.
want.
I regretted doing pregnant cat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Canva. And
It could have
Canva-
just been a
Canva-
cat.
Cat
Could have just
howling.
been a cat.
Yeah,
It's
but
a cat-
Canva.
It's not a pregnant cat. It's a cat in heat. It's
You
two
want
different
this?
things.
It wants
You
to
like
get
it?
pregnant.
This
No one
horny
wants
cat, Julia.
Put in horny cat.
Brandon, I already found a horny cat.
I like that one.
No, I do not like him.
Okay, well,
Why? You don't like his
No, I
little
did not-
squint?
No, it makes me a little sad. Anyway,
he's
Sorry,
fine.
continue,
This cat's photo is on Canva. He's fine.
okay. So part of my job, put on events. Normally it's events we're doing, like, hey, come learn about accounting. Hey, come talk to a lawyer about your needs. So this one, my boss was like, A, you have to know that my boss was Australian. B, he barely taught. And C, he wrote a book called Disrupt. This was in 2015.
Oh,
Was he
boy.
later played by Ed Norton in a movie?
He should have been.
Yeah.
He wasn't rich enough, but close.
Mm.
And so he was like, hey, Amanda, come here. In a couple months,
Hey, come here. I want to show you something.
it was like 3 weeks from. He's like, hey, okay, so 3 weeks from now, my buddy is putting on a cryptocurrency conference. Do you know what that is? And I was like,
2015.
yeah, 15,
Wow.
before the Bitcoin surge. I was like, okay, yes, I know what crypto is. I used to work in finance. 3 weeks from now, you say, interesting. Are you gonna like speak at it or something? He's like, no. Their venue fell through, so they're coming here. And I was like, say what now? Anyone who's done any amount of event planning knows that you take like a year to plan conferences in advance. No, this one's happening in 3 weeks. So it was suddenly my job, just because my boss wanted to like help his buddy, to set up a cryptocurrency conference. It's a fucking disaster in so many ways. Let's fast forward to the day of the event, shall we?
God.
Where Amanda's gotten almost no sleep for 3 weeks. And it is my job to show up at, 6 a.m. before the conference starts at 7:30, to man the event, make sure all the catering is there, the speakers all show up, there's green rooms with water. It's taking over the whole business school. Like it's a huge
Amanda.
conference.
Please, whoa, man, the event. Come on.
Thank you, Brandon. It is time to fucking take back the event. I don't know. And so I show up, and so again, the conference, let's say, it opens at like 7:30, the first thing's at 8 or whatever. Okay. By about 7:45, I have checked in and scanned almost the maximum amount of tickets that they should have sold. And I was like,
Uh-oh.
wow, like everybody is on time for this conference. And some of them were like here for work, and so they like have luggage that they're storing. Okay. But then the organizer, one of them comes down and is like, hey, that's excellent, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't want to.
You're doing
interrupt
great,
you,
bro.
I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
So organizer comes in and he's like, okay, yeah, like what's the ticket count? And I was like, yeah, we're actually at like 85% of the tickets sold have been checked in or whatever. And he's like, oh, did you not get the new list? And I was like, and he goes, oh yeah, no, we sold 1,200 tickets instead of the 600 that you said we need to sell. He's like, yeah, some of them won't show up. It'll be fine. Some of them will leave by lunch. Some of them will come after lunch. And I'm like, okay, you realize this is like a school and we have liability and there's a fire marshal who works here and I physically can't let in more than 600 people to this event because that's the capacity of the like auditorium, right? And he like, I was 22 at the time, and he was like in my face screaming at me in the lobby at 7:45 in the morning in front of my colleagues. The like NYU security, I was the only one there for my department. Like the NYU security guard was like, "Do you need help?" And I was like, "Maybe." And so I spent the next 4 hours standing at that's me exactly. That was me at the turnstiles, standing like physically in front of the barriers where we had to like key people in to get in, being like, yes, you bought a ticket, guys, the tickets cost as much as like $600, like they were very expensive.
Oh boy.
And being like, yep, I know, I didn't organize it, I just work here. Like the amount of times that I said, I just work here and I will get fired if I break the fire code of New York City, figure it out. Like that was my worst day at work in a long time.
Holy shit.
And
God.
all of those men are probably either extraordinarily rich or bankrupt now.
One of the two.
One of the two.
Those are the only options.
Yep.
Hey, Amanda, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I know, it was terrible.
That's wild. And then what happened? Like, I remember you told me this story, and I'm like, oh my God, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
And I never met the guy. But like, what was the fallout? Was it just like, and then you came in the next week and it was fine? And nothing happened?
They had no relationship to the business school. Like they were only events for the school should be taking place in the school. Like we gave them a discount because it was like sponsored by my boss, but it wasn't. And so they like nickel and dimed us on the invoice. They like yelled about the catering. Like it was just a fucking exhausting day from noon to night. And then I never heard from any of those folks again.
Zach says, finger crossed they all came down in the FTX fiasco.
Yeah.
I hope so
We
too.
can wish. We can
Yeah,
hope.
and then
I should look back at some of the speakers from that day and see if there are any funny names.
Was it your boss that yelled at you, or the guy who did the conference?
No, my boss wasn't there that day, Brandon. He was in Australia.
Yeah.
Useful. No, just me. And when my other colleagues rolled into work at like 10:30, they came through and they're like, "Oh yeah, Amanda, what's up?" And I'm like, "Don't talk to me. I'm like, you have no idea what I've been going through."
Keto Hedgehog.
Yeah.
No, he's
I
an
love
evil.
him.
He's an evil hedgehog.
Good.
I really wanted a hedgehog as a kid.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that for you.
Yeah.
Not to derail us from this, but do y'all want to hear about Aggie's rooms that they found in the farm?
Yes, I have one question before we move on.
Yes.
What happened to your boss? Your boss was like lol, and then moved, and then it was Monday again.
Yeah, did anyone get in trouble?
Yes. The next day, I was like, "So how the fuck do they sell to me?" And he's like, "I don't know," and then moved on with his life, and I quit soon after.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Just
God.
all to say that I would have loved this lobby in the lobby of the building. So instead of the businessmen coming up to me with their suitcases and thrusting their iPhones in my face, this close to my face, and saying, "But I have a ticket," and me saying, "Not my fault, so sorry.
You can get a refund.
You can email them for a refund, but I cannot let you in, sir." This whole situation would have made that a lot easier.
Can everyone in the chat just think about having to tell 600 crypto white men that
Yeah.
they cannot go into a place, and imagine how awful that would be?
Yep, that happened.
Jesus
But
Christ.
now I would like to hear about Aggie's rooms.
Yeah. I gave the lizard a gun.
Oh, thank you. It's very helpful.
Don't, Eric!
No, give him a gun.
You can't
He
give
deserves
Lizard
it.
a gun.
Give him a
Brandon,
gun.
he
Give him a gun.
deserves it.
Brandon,
Not
I
anything.
gave him 2 guns. Oh, no!
Oh my God. Anything but the lizard, Eric.
Oh no, there's
Anything
a
but the
third
lizard.
one. He's doing it still.
Eric.
I'm not doing this.
Eric, give the
Canva's doing
pregnant
it on
cat a
its
gun.
own.
Give the pregnant cat a gun.
My hands are.
Oh,
Oh, no. The spirit's moving through me.
The canvas spirit. Oh my God.
thank you.
It's a really good thing that we can't do this like collaboratively, where like we can all control the Canva at the same time,
was
because
our
otherwise
original-
it'd be chaos.
That was our original vision for side quests, and we couldn't like find like Canva isn't that kind of collaborative tool. But you're right, Julia. Better that we don't exceed our abilities.
Oh, boy.
I also just want to say real quick that apparently Bogwitch says they pronounce hedgehog in English, Finnish people do, as hedgehog.
Great.
Honestly, better.
Yeah.
Better.
Better,
Better.
an improvement.
Mhm.
All right, let's hear the I'm sorry about the guns. Let's hear the
Never
rooms.
apologize.
Okay.
Oh, we also just got a story from Carlsmack. A
fuck
bad work
yeah.
story. But apparently Aggie says that because this is in Estonia, they had a
Oh, right.
room, an attic room just for drying sauna birch branches, which is very cool. They had a
Good.
random room with a big tractor indoors, I guess. A bathroom that we couldn't use, and a bathroom we couldn't use in summer because a bird had built its nest there.
Yay!
That's so cute.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's cute.
Who stole valor?
The
Yeah.
That's a joke for Brandon and Julia.
That's good. That's good.
Anyway,
I told you guys when I saw the eagles in Alaska, right? That they're just fucking like. We went to Alaska and we were like, man, I hope we see some eagles because I've never seen one in real life besides in a zoo, you know. And we finally see them. We're on the road out to like the glacier to check it out, and we pass by the city's dump, like their
They're
landfill.
just eating trash. Just eating trash.
Full of eagles. It's so
Oh,
funny to
no.
me to be like, oh yeah, this is America. Yeah, I get
Listen,
it
Brandon, whatever bird we would have picked, it would still be eating trash because it's a bird.
Yeah.
If we had picked the turkey, it still would be eating trash.
Now. But at least
you
the
know?
turkey's not glorious already. You know, like it's just a turkey.
yeah, it's very good.
All right, please hold on 1 second. Read a different
So yeah, Carlsmack gave
Yeah.
a similar story to
Oh, that's too
Amanda's
sad.
that said,
that's too sad.
I had a similar experience telling people that they could only talk to redacted ex NFL player for less than a minute because my bosses sold 3 times too many tickets. He was signing items when he wasn't allowed to. People had to give their phones so they couldn't take pictures. His team was not helping, but told me they had a time deadline to meet. He was telling me he didn't care how late we ran, and I was the youngest member on staff.
Sure.
Nice.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wowza.
Oh boy.
Wowza, wowza, wowza.
Ugh. Oh, I also worked the line. Shit.
Now,
Oh,
Brandon, are you
man.
sure that there wasn't a sign that said you walked into a political cartoon?
I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Could have missed it.
Damn.
I just want to make
Possible.
sure that you didn't, that this wasn't like political cartoon national dump or something.
Oh
Mhm.
boy.
Sorry, that's what I was trying to do.
No,
like,
no.
really, yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, Alaska is really close to Russia, apparently, according to Sarah Palin. So maybe it was just like a, like a
Psyop,
disinformation campaign, a psyop.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
according to geography, I know we want to diss on Sarah Palin, but it is close to Russia.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Eric, you got a joke in from Carlsmack for this.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you. I appreciate
Aw, cute.
it.
I'd follow a couple of like a couple who has a like historical home on the outskirts of Boston, and they are called Renovation Husbands, and they are super cute, and they are restoring their like lovely sort of craftsman style home, and they have wild turkeys in their neighborhood, and
Ooh.
occasionally we'll just post videos of this like 3.5 foot tall, 4 foot tall, like scary dinosaurs
They're bad.
hanging
They're
out.
bad.
Yeah.
I like they are bad. They're correct. They're assholes and stupid. But like I wish so much that our national bird was the turkey. That's so.
It would be so much
cool.
better.
I feel like pardoning them would make more sense, right?
Yeah.
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 I told you about the time that a turkey attacked my car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there might be some folks in chat who haven't heard it. If you want to talk.
I
Uh,
want to hear that.
It was the day I was moving out of my apartment.
Oh,
We
yes.
had just dropped the last of the stuff off at our storage unit, and we were driving to the house that we were going to be staying in for like a month or two until we like moved into our house. And it like is kind of in the woods a little bit, like there's a very woody area before you drive in, and there was turkeys just like in the middle of the road, and it was like 2 female turkeys and a male turkey, and I was like driving up because I'm like, these are birds, they're going to be scared of a car and they'll move out of the way. And the turkey just like, the male turkey just like squared up against my car. And I stopped because I don't want to run over a living animal. And then like honked my horn, and the thing went, "Rah!" I'm like, ah! And so I just accelerated because I was scared, and the turkey like jumped out of the way, but then started running alongside my car at like 10 miles an hour,
That's
like
incredible.
pecking at my door. I'm like, ah! And Jake's in a car behind me with his brother in a truck, and I'm just like,
Did they video this from behind you? That would have been so funny. Oh
no,
my god.
they didn't, but it was so scary. I hated
Damn,
it.
Julia, those are all you predicted what should have, like, your assumptions were so correct. That's
yeah.
so unpredictable.
Yeah, it was scary.
Oh, boy.
I don't like big birds. Like chickens kind of scare me a little too, just because they move very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And they'll eat anything. So
Yeah.
I don't like big birds.
And you cannot lie.
I have two
Yeah.
turkey-based things I want to
Okay.
say. Zach asked
This is
if
great,
we
Eric.
heard about the little town in Massachusetts that was effectively held hostage
Yes,
by a
of
flock
course I did.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
that
of
shit
course
was
I
awesome.
Yes, yes.
If you haven't, go look it up. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And Focaccia said, one of the grad students in my textile program made 30 concrete castings of butterball turkeys and used them as a public installation to combat bank erosion by the creek behind their house. Like
Wow.
creek
Wow.
bank.
Wow.
I love it.
That's
Yeah, I
honestly
mean-
impressive.
That is art. That's
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
art.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an art friend.
Eric, I was going to ask you to throw a turkey in there, so thank you for preempting my request.
No
I
I
problem.
also just
appreciate
get
that.
a Ben Franklin cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. Thank you.
We also got another wild work story if you want to hear a diversion. But
Always.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Fred Franklin looks so pissed.
Why do you look like a Puritan Frankenstein's monster?
Why is his mouth like that? He's just like,
Hold on, this is the political cartoon because there's a cartoon of Ben Franklin saying you ruined it.
I need you all to appreciate my my recreation of the face that Ben Franklin is making there, which is
Could you?
Yeah, that's right.
Someone screenshot that. Put it everywhere, please. Clip
I
it.
invented the stove.
Clip it. So Dingleberry Burglar in chat said,
Great
I love
name.
Twitch. Twitch is
Yeah.
great. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Dingles. Good job.
Dingles. I was a cashier at a Rite Aid, and a tall, skinny, shirtless white man with a mullet came in. Looked at me with a hard look, and said, "Did you see a guy? Did you see a guy with a red shirt running here?" And I said, "No." He looked at me in the eye, real threateningly, and said, "You're lying to me." To which I said, "No." Then pretty sure. To which I said, "No." Then pretty sure the red shirt guy came out of the bathroom 10 minutes later and left.
Oh boy.
Holy
Did you just
shit.
not see him come in? Eric, who is this woman?
Oh, I'm trying to come up with a red shirt guy.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
This is
Got
Ben
it.
Franklin.
Oh, yeah,
Julia.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
Franklin's
That's
wearing a
Ben
red
Franklin.
shirt in that sixth one down. Eric, just saying.
Oh, that's true. He's a red cravat.
Ah,
got a
yeah,
little
it's
red cravat.
cravat.
There you
God,
go.
I could not imagine working at a Rite Aid, like a pharmacy like that. You must
Yeah.
get so many wild things happen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man with a red shirt. Yeah, there we
Aggie's
go.
frog says a cow once chased them across a field.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
wonderful.
Yeah, we've all been chased across the field by a cow. Aggie.
My sister got bit by a horse once, and it was extremely funny. We were like visiting Florida, and there were like horses penned up by the side of the road, and she was like, she was like 4. It wasn't her fault.
Sure.
But she like really insisted on going to pet them. And then one nipped at her because she got too close.
Oh, that's
And-
not good.
I remember very vividly my dad coming home being like, "Yeah, Amanda's mom. Quick update."
You could have she could have lost a finger. Like horses don't fuck around when they're
Yeah.
biting.
They don't. They
got
kind of
big
like
chomp.
nipped at her kneecap, and so she had
Oh.
a bruise, and probably a little bit of a scratch, but it was much better than it could have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least it was a kneecap and not fingies.
Yes.
Thingies.
Was this what happened? Dingles, is this what happened?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think so.
We did it.
It's
Oh.
a fucking alien.
Why is it an alien?
Good.
Though?
I just love that new narrative, Eric. That's so good.
Yeah, yeah. I like-
Did you think that like the guy who came in who was shirtless with a mullet was the Men in Black?
He's an
I mean,
FBI
that's-
agent for sure.
That's the vibe I got from the story.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just checking.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Aw.
All right, so Dingleberry, you're one of these. I assume you're the pharmacist.
Yeah.
And this was the
Dingleberry
guy.
says that's identical, Eric. Good
Yep.
job.
All right.
Nailed
we
it.
did
I got it. I got it. That's good.
Crushed it. Nailed it in one.
That's so funny.
Um,
God, I'm trying to think of any work stories that I have. All the ones I have are
They're
sad.
yeah.
All of
Yeah.
them are real fucking bummers. Like I don't have fun work stories.
How about
Um,
this? When you were a camp counselor, any hilarious mishaps?
oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Would the staff get to shenanigans and then have to work hungover?
Do you
Yeah,
not
I
want
mean,
to tell the story about how when you were sitting next to me at work, I told a lot of good jokes and was really charismatic and funny all the time?
I thought these were supposed to be real work stories. This weren't supposed to be
Oh, no, we're
fiction.
just making
Scroll
shit
to the-
up.
the
What?
second slide. Just scroll up to the second slide. So this,
Which one?
Second one. Second one.
Which one?
Keep
Which
going.
one?
Keep going.
Just
Keep
go.
going. One
Which
more.
one?
Oh.
One more.
That
Is
one?
it that? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
this.
Man, keep going, keep going.
We made a lot of slides on this one
Yeah,
so
we did.
far. There's a lot happening. No, I think it's funny. Yeah, all the ones I have from different jobs are not funny. Yeah, not even from camp. Like all the ones from camp are like they were good times, but they weren't like weird fun times that I would be able to share as a story, you know?
Okay.
And
It's
we got
always like
another.
someone got fired for impropriety or
Yeah.
like like so many
Classic.
people got fired
Kids
just
were
for
homesick,
dumb
yeah.
for like dumb stuff, and it was just like hard to deal with in certain things. So if I have a fun one, I'll think of one.
We got two in the chat if you want to hear some.
Yeah, please.
Well,
Oh,
one.
wait, Brandon, can we?
Yeah.
This isn't a story, but this is just a fact.
Yeah.
The people who we worked with at our job disliked us so much, they got the manager to put us in a corner away from everyone else.
Well,
yeah.
They just true that they did not like us, but I think they specifically put us in the corner because we talked so much and loudly.
Well, everyone else did, and we were like next to the tech people. Like they put us as far away from everyone else as possible. Remember,
Yeah.
Brandon, we didn't even share a cubicle with other people.
Right, yeah, because
You guys were just too loud.
we were annoying them because we were having too much fun at life.
Damn you
Try-
for having fun at your job. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, give us more.
Sure. So, well, one I just want to say, Cinema Hopper said, which I don't understand this. When we went on night walks on the beach with our Dalmatian years ago, he would constantly chase and eat ghost crabs. What's a
Aw.
ghost crab?
Like
Let's find
crabs
out.
that weren't actually there?
No,
are there
it's gotta be a
ghosts?
real one.
I know,
Oh,
I'm
those
good.
are real things. They just look like little, like, white crabs.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
Little
it's so
fellows.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Crab.
Oh.
Crab.
Oh,
They're so
just like
tiny.
me.
Crab.
They frighten away enemies with stomach rumbles.
Crab.
Before we recorded party planning, Eric and I are sitting here just like this, and he's like, "All right, you ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And then my stomach did the loudest rumble it's ever done, and Eric was like, "Are you sure about that?"
He's like, "I'm ready to finish."
No.
Incredible.
No, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. I need a snack.
Okay, so I got some more good ones though. So first of all, another fucking great username from First Time Chatter, Thoroughly Modern Homo.
Yeah.
I used to work in a grocery store, and one morning while I was opening, a whole deer walked in through the doors and stared me down for a solid 2 minutes before just walking out.
Oh my god.
I
You
think you've been
were
touched.
visited by a god.
Yes, you were touched by the god of Pokemon and or the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I also I remember seeing something online where someone was like, it's really funny to me that people will like people who live in cities or like not in the woods are very much like, oh, deer, these magical mystical creatures of the forests, and then people who experience deer are like those fucking idiot motherfuckers every time.
They're just large rats. That's what they are.
They're not large rats, Brandon, but
They
they're just
are.
like,
They
no,
they
they're
procreate as
not.
much as rats do.
Yeah, was it this deer? It feels like it was this deer.
That
Yeah.
seems right.
How many antlers did they have?
Dang,
Can you
that's
find
cool, dear.
Eric a Google image of
Just a
Kroger?
person's face
Oh,
too.
Kroger?
That's the worst part.
Yeah, that's one of those movies that I never would have seen if not for Spirits, and I'm very happy. because
Mononoke's awesome.
it
I
was
love
awesome.
Mononoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like watch movies a little bit quickly on my laptop, but that one I was like, no, this is a whole experience. Who are the Sims on this banner?
Oh boy. Oh, those are the Kroger. That's a Kroger because I know those people from my Kroger website experience.
Wow, I had no idea.
Fun fact, the last job I had before I did podcasting full time, I lost that job because they were bought by Kroger.
Wee!
So-
Oh, the Murray's one, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that's why there's Murray's cheese in my Fred Meyer. I always wonder why they had
Yes.
such decent quality cheese there.
Yeah, it's because
I
they
know.
bought the company, Brandon.
Carl's Mac in the chat says, me with a deer tattooed on my arm and their skull emoji. Oops.
You're
Told
here.
ya.
What up,
Told ya.
fam? What up, fam?
Also, Thoroughly Modern Homo did say that it was a Kroger that this happened in, Amanda.
Mhm.
So you called it
Yay!
there.
Really?
Nailed
Oh, I
it.
thought that you said that. That's
No.
awesome.
No, I just said it because that's the one we go to in Nashville when we visit Eric's mom, and it's just like the most suburban of grocery stores
Mhm.
to me.
Okay.
Julia, what grocery store did y'all go to growing up?
Like Stop and Shop.
Walmart.
Yeah,
For
like nothing
sure.
like fancy.
I mean,
Our
we had
Walmart
an
didn't have food.
Albertsons.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had an Albertsons until Walmart came into
Nice.
town.
we were mostly Costco with like there's one called like it later got bought out by Peapod. It must have been a Stop and Shop. Yeah.
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 You know what? It was Stop and Shop, and then like later in life when Costco and Trader Joe's became a thing, it would be Costco and Trader Joe's. So like,
Mhm.
I also just want to share relating to the cow chasing incident. Focaccia Cat in chat said, "My sister got chased by an angry chicken that eventually climbed up her body and tried to peck her face before my dad got it off her.
No.
She was
No, that
elementary
sounds
school
about right.
age."
Chicken are bad.
Also,
bad.
I imagine not a thing that you plan on defending your children from when becoming a parent.
Don't
So
take them to a
that's-
petting zoo then.
That's terrifying.
Just don't do it.
Carl's Mac also in the chat says, "Brendan got me back from that spicy celery burn right there."
Yeah, there you go.
Folks in the chat, we want wild stories, not horribly sad or like awful experiences in your work chat.
Yeah.
Or in your
I have
workplace.
plenty of those. I can share
Yeah,
those all the
yeah.
time. One time, I went into a meeting with a manager who I didn't like, and I said, "It feels like you're always micromanaging me." And she said, "Well, that's my management style." I have plenty of those.
Micro.
So I know it's so awful, and I was there, and I know that person is terrible, but just the statement is so funny.
It sounds like a joke.
It just sounded like a joke. It also like the wild thing was like she like her parents were like international ambassadors. She was so rich. So
Yeah.
she's like, I have nothing better to do other than torment this person.
She
Mhm.
lived like 10 blocks from work in her parents' condo in Chelsea, New
Mhm.
York.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. That was,
Yep.
that was wild. Once I was asked, I was like my boss's boss once waited impatiently to thank him after I made a stink and made him take down the image of Chris Hardwick that was in the office for months. And I eventually just put up a piece of paper over his face, and then he finally just took it down. And then like during the meeting, he was like, "Eric, do you have anything to say?" And I was like, "All right."
You're like,
It's
good
the
job, I
worst.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
One time I got fired because
Eric, we're
under-
telling wild stories, not bad stories.
No, this is a wild one. One time under my feet, my job, I had worked at like at a startup that wrote little funny things for it was a weather app that had like little funny things. And under my feet, because one of the people got promoted and then she was an improv person and she hired all of her improv friends, it turned into a comedy writer's room and I got fired because I don't know how to write jokes.
I disagree. I think I've seen you write many jokes. and
No,
they're all very
like canned bullshit.
good.
Eric, you could have just
late
like
night
gone
jokes.
to like a UPC class. Like I don't understand like why
Yeah,
you felt
I
like you
think-
needed to get fired from this
I think the
job.
problem was that when they talked about improv once again perpetually for 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh, we're talking about improv again, and everyone yelled at me.
That sounds
It was bad.
that sounds
Yeah, I also put this Mario in because
Yeah.
this Mario is
I love it.
has the most like I guess this could happen to me face.
I was wondering what that was about.
Can,
Yeah.
can we go ahead and name some items that we think the deer was searching for
Sure.
and what properties that item would have given the deer? Do you follow me? Like maybe one is rainbow carrots and
Mm.
gives the deer the ability to like
Be gay.
emit rainbows when they sneeze, something along those lines.
In the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
Are they ones
flaming
we can?
hot Cheetos and it gives them fire breath.
Are we these one they
Ooh.
can see?
I think just things at a Kroger. I wouldn't say things they can see.
Yeah, maybe this deer was on a quest and it decided to start its quest by going to a Kroger and get some
Yeah.
magic items. Yeah, I like
no, that
that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like flaming hot Cheetos. I'm
Thank
just
you.
gonna have to get a lot of these because they're branded.
Though I don't know, maybe Canva has really cute drawings of like Oreos or something. I would be into that.
Amanda today did send me a link with shrimp earrings, and then I went to the website and they had flaming hot Cheeto earrings, and I was like,
Ooh.
oh,
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
Interesting.
And individual Cheeto for each
Yeah.
ear. Yeah.
That's fun. Is
Yeah,
it just an
very
actual Cheeto on a hook? Because that'd be gross.
that would
No.
be gross, Brandon, and I wouldn't pay
their resin.
that money
Yeah.
for that.
I like the Cheeto. I like the flaming hot Cheetos. I like the Oreos.
It would be extremely like a good fucking like con to put that on someone like a website and be like, ooh, flaming hot Cheeto earrings, and then they were actual Cheetos and you made $20 off of those
Like,
earrings.
what's your complaint?
Yeah.
Tell me exactly.
I
what's
never
wrong with
said
this.
that they weren't like real flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
And then Julia says, I did it to own the libs. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Famously, that is what motivates me.
If you're Julia, if you're trying to do a scandal, you might as well own the libs at the same time.
Aggie's Frog suggests like shampoo for their fur. What can that give them, do we think?
+5 on charisma checks. I don't know.
Well, you know what it'll give them? It's deer. So what they really need to blend in with human society is head and shoulders.
That's it. Eric, I'm turning this stream
Achoo!
the
God
correct
bless you.
way around because that was
When-
really good.
Whenever
Sorry, I
Eric's-
have a cold because I'm so fucking sick at this.
Jesus Christ.
Eric and I did have a grocery related mishap yesterday.
No,
Um,
no.
I'm bringing this up because there's good news. We're getting a refund,
Oh, we are?
no.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good.
which is
Okay.
that. So we belong to like a local like farm cooperative that sends meat from
Oh,
like
it was the
various...
meat. Oh no, what happened?
Well,
Mm.
Brandon, there's good news and bad news. So the good news is we got a lot of like organic eggs and the breakfast sausage we ordered
Great,
and like
great.
ground beef for
Here's
casseroles.
Wild thing about eggs right now, the eggs we got from a farm were less expensive than the eggs close to us.
grocery store, yeah.
Fucking wild egg prices right now.
It's ridiculous. So all that is great, and occasionally we'll like add individual things. So if we want to like make a roast chicken, we'll like order an extra chicken or whatever. This time I was like, what'd be really fun to do is make pork belly. We could make some pork belly for like ramen or
Uh-oh.
something. And so the choices when ordering were 1, $8 a pound, 2 pounds, $8 a pound, 3 pounds, $8 a pound.
No. It was unit. It wasn't
It was
even
1,
pounds.
2, 3.
It was 1, 2, 3.
And all of them said $8 a pound. So I was like, oh, great. So a 1, 2, or 3 pound pork belly sounds normal. So I ordered 1. What I
Yeah.
didn't realize is if you hovered over the image and read it, it said average size 6 to 12 pounds.
Oh.
Now, that's a large variance.
Oh.
It was $8 a pound.
I
and
thought we
so-
were
Oh,
getting. I thought we were getting
no.
2 pounds.
I ordered 1. No, I said 1.
No, I didn't say units. I
Right,
said
right,
2.
no.
But I said 2
Right.
pounds.
I thought we would get like a 1 to 2 pound, like, 2 portion of pork belly. What did come was a 9 pound pork belly.
That sounds good to me.
That did cost
sounds-
$72.
Yeah, that's the
$70,
problem.
yeah.
I was
And so
like, for
wrote them.
$8, great.
Wow.
I wrote them and said, hi.
Hi.
Small problem here. I did intend to order 1 pound of pork belly and said 1 pork belly, please. And the fine print was very difficult to understand. But even if I had read it, getting somewhere between 6 and 12 pounds of pork at $8 a pound is a huge difference.
Yeah. That's double
so-
the price, no
Yes.
matter what.
And so they did say that they would refund us for the pork belly and we can keep it because it's the first problem we've had in like 4 years. Like they're
That's
a lovely
incredible.
company.
So you
Um,
got 9 pounds of pork belly for free?
Brandon, we have
Yes.
so little space.
And so my plan is listen, this story, I'm only telling it because it ends well. And so I'm thinking what we should do is bring pork belly to the bar tomorrow.
That's not feasible. You
Okay.
posed this, and I said no. What does that mean?
Well,
We're just gonna
guys,
bring pork belly.
I
with
will
us.
give you so many fucking recipes for pork belly.
Brandon,
No,
I need them.
That's
Please.
not the problem. The
problem
problem
is storing
is
it.
that we don't have space for 8 pounds of pork belly.
So what it's in the fridge right now because it wouldn't fit in the freezer. What I'm gonna do is break it down and cut it into like 8 portions, 8 1-pound portions.
Amanda keeps saying, "Oh, we'll just have all of our friends over for a pork belly party," and I'm like, "That's not a thing. What do you mean? What do you
Could be
mean
a
it's a
thing.
party?"
It could
Eric,
be a thing.
If Amanda said, "Do you want to come over for a pork belly party?"
I
I
would
would
say
say, "I'm
yes.
already in your closet right now."
No, what I would say is, what does that mean?
I make pork belly and rice and have people bring toppings.
Oh my god.
Anyway, no. So I'm gonna break it down into 8 sections. I'm gonna keep 1 in our freezer and 7 in the work freezer.
Yeah.
And that's
There
what
you
that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, that's a
Smart.
better solution. That's a better solution than let's bring pork belly to a bar.
Yeah. So that's the
You
the
can
good
make
news.
homemade bacon.
Brandon,
Nice.
again, not the issue of what I'm talking about.
It literally takes up a full sheet tray. That's the size of the pork belly we're talking.
I
It's
just,
like
You
it's a
can make
full pig's belly.
porchetta.
Yeah.
all I
but-
ask is that if you guys do have a pork belly party, that I'm invited. So
Yes.
that's
Now,
all I'm
Jared,
taking
you
away
are-
from this.
You are going on vacation, so I will save at least some of our pork belly
Aw,
for
you're the bomb.
whenever you're back.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm like Amanda, I'm so busy this weekend. I'm like, I have to work on Saturday, and then I'm getting my tattoo, and then Sunday we have studio rental. And Amanda's like, "Hey, let's have all of our friends over for a pork belly party." And I'm like, "What does that mean, and when, and how?"
That sounds like a thing I would say. Fair enough.
It means whatever you think it means, man. Like, go
God.
into the pork belly party with your expectations both low and high.
Okay,
My-
here is my suggestion, Amanda.
Yes.
There is a recipe on Series Eats for a all-belly porchetta recipe that requires a 12 to 15 pound pork belly. So
There we
make
go.
this. And Eric, here's what I'm proposing to you.
Yeah.
You just go buy a bunch of fucking ciabatta rolls, and then you slice off pieces of it in the fridge and make sandwiches
No,
anytime you goddamn want.
it's a really good idea. It's just really big, and it needed to let me have to eat all of it, and then I'm gonna eat 8 pounds of pork belly because you know
Yes.
what's gonna happen is Amanda's gonna have one and be like, I don't want any more, and then I'm gonna have to eat 8 pounds of pork belly.
That sounds like a thing that I would do. No, the real answer is I'm gonna break it up into smaller portions and freeze it in our work freezer.
Again, I
But
don't have a problem with
my
it. I
first-
just feel
my first
overwhelmed
thought-
in my responsibility.
No,
of this
my
pork
first
belly.
thought when unpacking the pork belly was, uh-oh, this is 8 pounds. Uh-oh, what did they charge us? Uh-oh, do I know 10 people?
Did they not show you the total when you checked out online or whatever?
No. Because
seems
like
bad.
an individual chicken, you might order a whole chicken and the estimate is like 2 pounds and it's like 2.1 pounds. So
Yeah.
they bring you out afterward. This, I was like, guys, 6 to 12 pounds, which is, let me do my
And
nines.
again, wild thing.
54 to $144. That's too many.
What
Too
the
many.
fuck did you just do, Amanda? What's this new math that you just
Oh,
did?
nines.
When you do 9 multipliers, like 9 times 2 is 18, 1 fingy, 8
1 8.
fingies.
Yeah.
9 times 3 is 27, 2
Two
fingies, 7 fingies.
Never seen
Did
that
they not
before.
teach
Yeah.
you that in school?
No.
Yeah.
That's how our teachers taught us, I
Oh,
guess.
cute.
Now,
Yeah,
Eric,
I
why is
love
Julia
Julia's
in the
abs on an
supermarket
apple.
again?
I saw the apple frame and I had to use it.
Good.
So Julia's in an apple and oh no, wait, here we go.
I
Oh,
mean,
perfect.
Eric, what I was gonna say is, if anyone deserves a lifetime cursed inside of an apple, it should be
No, good
Brandon.
point. Good point. Good point. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Julia, you're right.
No, Eric, don't do it. No.
Good, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
it blends so much better too, honestly. The colors are much more blendy.
I think
Yes.
Coffee Ghost is recording.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, now you got
Don't
Foley
ruin
of
things
you
for Coffee
screaming, which is
Ghost.
good. I like the fact. Hey, can I get some Foley of you screaming on the top of your lungs?
In the other room.
It would work really great for this audio drama scene I'm working on.
Incredible.
Oh god, I think I got it. So I did come up with some grocery store stuff. I did Flintstones vitamins,
Good.
Great.
rainbow carrots, coffee creamer, Oreos,
Flintstones vitamins.
Flavor Out
I
Cheetos,
want
Head and
Oreos now.
Shoulders,
Excellent.
and then apple, and then a Brandon apple.
Uh-huh.
is what I'm
No.
looking for.
It's good.
A brapple.
A
all
Brapple.
of
Brapple.
this stuff I could see a mystical deer really needing.
I know. I fucking love this guy. What a fucking
I
ledge.
don't appreciate Eric making the point that he wants his mystical deer to eat me inside of an apple.
Well,
that's
no, I think
rude.
he's looking for apples, and coincidentally, you have been cursed in this Kroger.
But you think he's not going to choose that one to eat?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those convergent story things. Like you get multiple perspectives at the same time, and some
Yeah.
maybe will intersect or not.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I see it.
It's like one of those movies that are a series of vignettes.
Mhm.
It's like that.
Yeah, I dig.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Jeez. I'm
I do-
like legitimately stressed out about the pork belly. There's
No,
so
I
I'll,
mean,
much
I'll take
pork
care of it.
belly.
I'll take care of it.
I
The
was
only
gonna say-
problem is that our freezer is so small. If
Yeah.
our freezer was big, this would not be a problem.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cinema Hopper in the chat did say you'd be legends at the bar if you did that. It's like, yeah, if you cooked a porchetta or whatever, like cooked something bacon or whatever, and brought it to the bar and was like, "Who the fuck wants bacon?"
Yeah.
You'd be legends.
That I imagine like wrapping a piece in tinfoil and like giving it to our friends to take home. But you're right. That was my first blush, and the plan is worth going through. I have brought like full cakes to bars before.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
different. I feel like a cake makes more. A cake makes more sense to me.
Well,
It's just like I'll say, "Hey, do you want a sloppy pork belly sandwich?" No, I would eat it, but
Eric,
I
may
just feel
suggest-
overwhelmed by this situation.
May I suggest one of those hollow cakes and inside pork belly?
It's worth considering.
Brandon, I'm gonna have to eat this whole fucking thing, man. The
Gotta make,
belly's
like, a
gonna be
mole
inside my
sauce,
belly.
You know? Like a
We're gonna
mole
portion it out
cake.
pound by pound.
Like if we lived near Julia, and at least it was me and Jake,
I would
and
be like,
maybe
"Jake,
Julia
Julia, help."
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
of course.
we do it.
Of course.
But it's me. I feel like I'm on an island, pork belly island.
No, pork belly is one thing I eat exactly as much of as I'm allowed because it's delicious.
Yeah.
God, that would be no better fucking blessing upon this earth if I had gotten that for free.
I'm getting so hungry. Can we switch topics to something?
Yeah,
else,
sure.
Please, I beg of
Sure.
you.
What do you think the Flintstone vitamins do for this deer?
That's a good question. I think
Make him strong, but also make him a child.
he'll yabba dabba do.
I think maybe you throw one down on the ground and it explodes, and it basically becomes like it becomes that fucking cart that you drive with your feet.
No, that's good.
You know?
Or maybe it turns any electronic device into that device, but powered by a bird, and then the bird says, "Wah, it's a living."
Yeah,
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
yep, you got it. Nailed it in one.
Or it turns anything gummy that you weren't expecting. You throw
Oh,
it,
that's
it's gummy.
fun. I like
Yeah,
that.
I think it's good.
Oh, the fancy fruit and vegetables are back now.
I know. I
They're very
love
sexy.
you.
They
They
are.
really are. Fucking
Guys,
Canada,
what?
man.
They're
You
just like
remember?
very pretty, you know.
Yeah.
And they like have a very
The
like
texture?
tactile, texture.
Okay,
Well,
hold on
I
one
get
second.
that, but why is that described as sexy?
Because it is.
Brandon, look at
Brandon,
these
shut up.
these Saudi Arabia marbleized geodes.
Why? How did we get here?
It
What
was just
happened?
it was just below it. It was just really funny. The shit Canva is just thank
Why-
you. There's a geode.
Ooh, pretty.
Canva is just a
Ooh.
well of delights. I just got overwhelmed by it.
Why were they
Cut
Saudi
job.
Arabia?
I don't know. I don't know why
Uncut
it's Saudi
job.
Arabians. I'd cut down.
What are they? The WWE? Got them.
Oh, Julia, let's have this WWE update with Julia Schifini.
I don't know.
Julia,
Man. I
is
haven't
the
watched it in
WWE
so long.
did it get bought by Saudi Arabia?
That's the rumor, but there's been no actual confirmation. Actually, I haven't checked in a while. Let me see.
Can no one in the chat give me a fucking joking for that? Jesus Christ! What are we even doing here?
Brandon, it's joking inflation, baby.
The last update that I'm seeing is Eric Bischoff talking about WWE Saudi deal if the company went private. So it's still like rumor, nothing's confirmed yet.
That's wild. I love how
Yeah.
that can be unconfirmed.
Yeah.
These guys look like fondant, and I want to eat them.
That's
They
exactly what I was
do.
gonna say.
They
I
look
want
like
to chew them.
claymation.
I love them.
I especially
Yeah.
want to eat that little ghost guy.
Let's
I'm,
do. We can include this. I'm gonna set these up now, and we'll do them next time.
Yes.
I like that.
About what exactly
Who's
these things
who?
are.
Because each of these could be one of us.
That's Julia.
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, now I need to figure out who the fourth one is.
I like
think
the
it's
little
Frankenstein.
Dracula, but I also like the Frankenstein.
Oh, it's a Dracula.
No, I think it's Little Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very purple.
Oh,
I like him.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so
Amazing.
cute.
I think Brandon is. I think Brandon is Little Dracula, and I am Little Werewolf, and Amanda is Little Ghost, and Julia is Little Witch.
I was gonna switch Amanda and I, but yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh no, that's fair. No,
I
you're right, you're right.
identify with the purple hit,
That's
yes.
true.
and Julia is inevitably one day going to be a cute ghost.
Yes. Well, we talked about this is a spoiler for the after party, but I am a 90s ghost.
Yes.
That's true.
It's honestly it's shocking that it hasn't happened on the stream yet. It's
Yeah.
only happened during recordings.
What
That's
what
true.
exactly are you talking about? You dying and turning into a ghost hasn't happened on the stream
Yes.
yet?
Yes,
exactly.
that's what I'm talking about.
Julia, check your cathodes. You got to check the cathodes you have in the back
Got
of
it.
your computer.
Ghost,
okay.
ghost.
Oh.
Yeah, we're updating the website to this. It's like, hey, we're doing the party. Then we make an actual play podcast.
Honestly, Eric, we could do Camp-Paign 4 as this.
Yeah, this is campaign 4.
Yeah.
Or is it campaign 3? And it's an illusion.
Ooh.
God,
Camp-Paign
I
4
wanna-
claymation spooks. I love that.
I want to talk about campaign 3 so bad.
Soon.
Let's
Soon. Like 2 weeks.
I
Less
know.
than that. A week and a half.
Week and a half.
I don't know. All right, we're gonna come back to this. We'll do something with these 3D Halloween elements next
Yes.
time.
Oh,
But
I
I'm
love
very-
the skull. Hold on. Can I just see that skull in a bigger vibe? Oh, that might have to be me
Oh.
instead of the ghost.
I don't know. I
Right.
think this is Jake.
Oh, okay.
It does have Jake vibes.
Yeah.
We'll
That's so
revisit.
cute.
Oh.
Speaking of
What
which,
is
he
the-
just got home.
What's the one to the
Yeah.
right of the eyeball, Eric? What is that?
Oh, sorry.
A
Can let me-
It's a
with
moon.
bats.
Oh, it's a moon.
that's
Moon
cool.
with bats.
Mhm. Cute.
There you go. That's pretty good.
I
Love
want
it.
to eat these.
Well, everybody
Wanna chew on 'em.
remember to give us your Prime sub if you haven't done it yet, and you were like, I don't know, walking around before, and now you're at your computer, and you're like, oh yeah.
If you were on the go, I think
Sometimes.
it's very funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny to
sometimes.
say. Amanda, you say funny things
Come through.
sometimes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
like Gogurt.
You go, Gert.
You
You
go,
go,
go, go,
You
go, Glen Gogurt.
Oh, I want to say one last thing about Ben Franklin. What did I say about Ben Franklin the other day?
What?
I don't think
What
we should
did you
repeat
say
it
about
on
Ben
stream.
Franklin?
I'm
the
fine
other
with it.
day.
I'm fine with it.
You said to the effect of like, oh yeah, Ben Franklin, like he fucked, and I was like, Eric, you're right.
Like famously so, he had syphilis, Eric.
yeah.
I said something funnier than
He
that.
was
I
a
can't
bit more
remember.
funnier than that. I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to commit it to air, but
That's
I know what you
fine.
said.
I thought it was funny. Okay, well, I'm sorry I stopped the stream at the end to say
Yeah.
something that didn't come
no.
up.
To be fair, who didn't have syphilis back then, Julia? You know.
I mean, a lot of people didn't.
I don't know.
A lot
I've
of people
been
didn't, Brandon.
I've been in the 18th century and everyone had syphilis.
Okay. Right, I forgot your self-insert character of Arnold Palmer.
hmm
That's
Eric,
right.
can you read this? How you read it in your head out loud?
Yeah, this is like Ce n'est pas un Mario Kart.
Yes,
Perfect.
perfect.
Beautiful.
Close. Good.
I never took French. I took Spanish.
If you could get lower and slower and closer to the mic, that would be great.
Ce n'est pas un Mario Kart.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Good. All right, so I'm gonna share that and put that on a sticker. This is
Great.
what happened to us earlier. Here's Amanda over here, and this is they're asking for HD recording.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jake's story, but also all the secret passageways and
Mhm,
rooms
mhm.
in the house that Jake discovered, and this is what Jake canonically looks like, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Which
this
one
is
is
Jake as a
Jake?
child.
Is he both of them?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's both.
I think it's a shared entity.
He's
Okay.
jaked ZD, so he has to
Yes.
be multiple. He can't just be
Yeah.
a single ZD.
And I
Got
do
it.
have to say that if anybody ends up buying a pickle caster over there on the left on Etsy or eBay, you are obligated to send one to the studio.
Yeah, send
so,
photos. Yeah,
That's
just
a
let me
law.
know. Mhm.
That's a lot.
Yep.
famously.
Here's Jake as a child. Here's Julie as a barn owl.
Yep.
All the hits. All the hits.
Hey, wait, Julia, what does it look like again? Just
Hoo, hoo,
This is a pressure plate. A pressure plate dungeon where you step on the wrong thing and the sound of terrible sounds come out at you.
And that cat and the lizard both have guns.
Yeah.
They
And
have
we're
guns.
equipping it at the foyer of the business school where I once hosted a crypto conference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
one of the pressure plates is if you step on it, Amanda's old boss yells at you.
About
Yeah.
In an
crypto.
Australian accent, by the way.
Oof.
Terrible.
That's
Ever have an
rough.
Australian yell at you? Yeah.
That's
Wow.
rough, buddy.
This is when Brandon accidentally went to political cartoon dump,
Yep.
Incredible.
and Ben Franklin said you ruined it, which is which is funny. This is a story from Dingleberry, where a man in a red shirt was at the pharmacy, and this is the forest spirit that went to the Kroger and got all of these items for their magic quest. And Brandon is trapped in an apple,
Yes. Forever. For
a
eternity.
apple, and we're gonna come.
Grapple.
We're gonna come back to this next week.
Yay.
We're little
Yay.
friends. I know it's 3D rendered, but they sure do look like cookies.
I know. They look
I want to
Really?
eat them.
Nom, 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 nom.
I don't know.
Love it.
All right. Let's say if you want us not to go back to these terrible jobs, then support us here. Give us your Prime sub or your regular sub. Go to twitter.com/join the party. Follow us on Twitter. Go to Instagram. Follow us there. Go to our Tumblr and follow us there. And listen to the podcast. Campaign 3 is coming so soon.
Yeah, baby.
So
Woo!
soon.
Wee.
You will know the premise at the latest 2 Tuesdays from now.
31st, baby.
Woo! 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 Yeah.
Hoot.
Hoot! Hoot! It's gonna be good. Oh god, I gotta lay down. I'm still worried about the pork belly, so I gotta lay down. It's chasing me.
Well, Eric, I think it's important for anyone who cares now at the end of the stream here. Wizard of the Coast just posted the official draft of 1.2 OGL.
Oh,
I
thank
dropped it
you.
in the
So,
industry channel, so
yeah.
easy.
Oh,
access.
thank you. So
All right.
remember, really quickly. This draft is an open. They're saying this is what they're going to do. This is the draft. They're going to have an open comment period for 2 weeks, which means who the fuck knows. So this is literally a draft. So you can comment on it, but also there's literally no reason why this thing can exist. I also don't know what they're calling it now. If they're calling it 1.1, they're calling it 1.2, they're calling it 2.0. Honestly, this shit sucks. Regardless. And the best win that we can do is at least like I don't know if they are going to update it, it won't be bad, but hopefully they just drop this whole issue altogether. But who knows?
We'll see.
Mhm.
It's all still very ambiguous. That's what this thing is.
So TBD. And if you're a patron of Join the Party, patreon.com/jointhepartypod, you can hear Eric and me talk about it for a full hour in the context of how we got here tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Mhm.
or whenever, but that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
You can only listen to it for 1 minute at 5 a.m.
That's it. That's
All right. Well, thanks everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.